Hey you guys, I'm going to show you how to make these homemade teething biscuits. They're really good. They're hard and stuff, so they're really good for teething, and my daughter really likes them, so hopefully your kids like them. So let's get started. So you're going to go ahead and preheat the oven. I start at about 375, 400, because I just don't like it to be too hot. So that's what you do. Okay, so for this recipe, you're going to need a cup of dry baby rice cereal. You can use any brand. I just have Gerber. You're going to need a cup of this. You're going to need a cup of all-purpose flour. And you're going to need 3 tablespoons of water. I don't have a tablespoon or a teaspoon measurement, so I just got a tablespoon. You're going to need 3 of those. You're going to need 3 tablespoons of water, 2 tablespoons of not pure, it doesn't have to be vegetable oil. The recipe calls for vegetable oil. I don't know if you can use olive oil or coconut oil, but that's what the recipe calls for. Then you're going to need 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and I chose to leave the cinnamon out just because Isabella, my daughter, is only 4 months old, and I don't want her to have an allergic reaction to cinnamon, so I just chose to be on the safe side. And you're going to need 1 banana. But I think that you'll be able to substitute any fruit. Yesterday I made some of these, and instead of using a banana, I substituted a little bit of apple juice because bananas can be a little bit gassy, and I just wanted her to get like a variety. But those are the ingredients you will need. Okay, so let me go ahead and mix up my dry ingredients first. Need a cup of flour. Oh God. You need a cup of flour. You're going to need a cup of dry baby rice. Then you need 2 tablespoons of oil. Well, let me go ahead and mix this together first. Okay. Once you guys get this, I just got that all over me. Once you guys get this all mixed up, then you're going to add your wet ingredients. Okay, so now you're going to add your wet ingredients. I have the oil and water. You're just going to pour it in. You're just going to give it a little bit of stirring around. Okay, now this next part is a little bit difficult. So I'll explain to you guys how to do that. For this banana, you're going to take the skin off or the peel off, and you're going to take a fork and you're just going to mash it down until it is nice and mashed. So, and, they have these. I think that they sell those on like teething biscuits, like store-made, and like Gerber, I think. But I think they're really good because they're super hard. So I mean, they'll cut their teeth, not like cut. They'll get their teeth soon. Okay. So now that the banana is all nice and mushed up, you're going to add it to your mixture. Just going to scrape it in there. Then you're going to mix it together. Sometimes I find that it's necessary to go ahead and add extra stuff. Sorry, Isabel started getting fussy. Oh, I found it necessary to add extra water because sometimes I just don't feel like it mixes all together properly. So let me go ahead and get a little bit extra water. I just kind of add it in there as I need it, because you don't want your dough to be too sticky, but you want it to form a dough ball. And you just keep on stirring until it becomes into dough. So, hold on. Okay. So I had to feed Isabella, so she'd be content while I'm doing this. Whenever you're going to mix dough or something up with your hands, if you put just a little bit of oil, I don't know if you can even see it, a little bit of oil, oops, I just dropped some on the counter, on your hands before you touch it, it won't stick to your hands as bad, which is a good thing because I hate getting dough and stuff stick to my fingers. I don't know if you could try flour, but I know since it's oil, it'll just help it go ahead and go off. So what you're going to do is sometimes you can't mix it good enough with your hands, and I don't think I can mix it good enough with my hand. I mean with a spoon, so I will mix it up with my hands. And you're just going to get every part of stuff that's in here. So go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you guys in a second. So now to roll out the dough so you can cut them into fun little shapes. So what you're going to do is you're going to take, say, like a handful or just a little bit of flour, and you're going to sprinkle it all over the countertop. Or if you have like a cutting board, you could do that, but I don't, so I'm making it work. Okay, so then you're going to take your dough and you're going to go ahead and lay it out. Okay, make sure you guys can see. So then you're going to take a little bit more flour and you're just going to sprinkle it over the top so it doesn't get so sticky. Then you're going to flip it over. Okay, now then you're going to roll it out. Since I don't have a rolling pin, you can always just mash this out, but I try to get a glass cup or even any cup, but since this is like, the reason why I don't use plastic cups is because most of them are skinnier and then wider, but you want a cup that's going to be the same, width, I guess, all the way around. So what you're going to do is you're just going to roll it out, and if it starts to stick, I forgot to do this, if it starts to stick to whatever you're rolling it, grab a little bit of flour and put it on the outside of what you're rolling with, because it'll help it not be able to stick. So then you're going to dust that off. I got a little bit too much. Okay. Then you're going to start rolling. And this makes a lot of dough. So you should get a good amount of cookies out of it. And if you want them extra thin, because the more you roll it out, the more they're going to rise. I realized that yesterday. So you just keep on rolling, and then you'll probably half it or something. Okay, so I like to roll mine out at least 3 times so that the cookies will be extra flat. Because the first batch that I made, let me get examples real quick. This was the first batch that I made, and this was the second. Do you see the difference in how this is all like ripped up and this isn't that much? So I like to roll mine out at least 3 times. So go ahead. This is my third time. Yeah, third time. It's in her stroller down there beside her. Okay, so you're gonna roll it out, and then I'll tell you what to do from there. Okay, now you're going to want to flour your cookie cutter, and I don't have any cookie cutters, so I'm going to use a peanut butter jar top. And if I want to do any special designs, I probably will, I'll use a knife like the back part, or So you're going to take your cookie cutter and say, this will be a cookie. You're going to set it aside. So I'm going to pick up my phone so you guys can see what I'm going to do. Okay, so this is my dough, and you're going to take it and press it down into it, and then kind of rotate it side to side so that it'll get really cut, so you don't have to pry it apart. And then you're going to set the cookies aside somewhere. So let's do one more circle. And any design that you want to do, you can always do with this, because there's always a such thing as a knife, you know. You can even get a butter knife, you know. But say I want to go ahead and do an eye for Izzy, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that. Start off with my lines, and then I'm going to go down. Okay, so anyway, I'm not going to watch you guys watch that whole part, but so you're going to go ahead and cut all the cookies. So I will talk to you guys as soon as I get all the cookies cut out. Okay, so I have all this leftover dough, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-ball it up, and I'm going to roll it back out, and I also still have this dough. I halved it. I might sandwich bag this dough and save it for later. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So if you think that you have too much dough, just sandwich bag it and save it for later. But I don't know yet, because I want to try to spell out her name. So anyways, so I'm going to re-roll this out and then do some more designs. So, excuse me, I probably finished cutting off the cookies, well, the biscuits, not cookies. Finally finished cutting them out. So now what you're going to do is you're going to get a cookie sheet or a pan or whatever you want to cook in. I'm going to have to dust that off, and now I got flour on it. And the rest of it's yours. Sorry, talking to my grandma. What you're going to do is you're just going to put just a little bit of oil down so that they won't stick. And you're going to take a paper towel right here, sorry, and then you're going to rub the oil around in the bottom of the cookie sheet so that your cookies won't, your seeding biscuits won't stick. It's not the cookies. I think it's because I cut them out with a cookie cutter. Okay, and then you're going to just place them in the cookie sheet. As you can see, I cut her name out, well, her nickname. I don't think I can master an S with a knife, so best I could. Okie doke. Got all those in there, so now what you're going to do is you're going to put them in the oven and let them brown up. If you want to get them extra hard, you know, you got to pay attention so that they're not burning. But so I will show you guys the finished product.